Welcome to Mr. D's class, where we're gonna have some fun. Put on your thinking caps now, the party's just begun.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Mr. D's class online. I'm Mr. D, and I will be your host as we go through all the different little segments we've got lined up for you today. As usual, we'll start off with Miss A and her calendar and weather. So, Miss A, why don't you tell us what day it is and what we can expect?
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 7 days are in a week. I like to sing them quiet.
Good morning. It is Thursday, May the 28th. Yesterday was Wednesday, May the 27th. And tomorrow will be Friday, May the 29th. Have a great day, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye. It looks like it's going to be a little bit of rain today. Not very much, just 30% chance, and a high of about 24. So I hope you have a great day and get outside before that rain starts. Bye.
Thank you so much, Miss A. What a great thing it is to see you every day. Just fantastic. Our next segment is with Miss B. It's one of our word families. Mr. D's made an intro for that little segment, so that's new. You can check it out. Tell me what you think, if you like it, if you don't. And in the meantime, Miss B, what word family are you going to be working on today?
Hey everybody, it's time for our word families. So if you remember the other day we were talking about word families, and they are a group of words that have some similar spelling in them. They might rhyme. So let's get some ET word family words written here. So I'm going to start with bet. B-E-T, bet. And then I'm going to go with jet. J-E-T. See how they rhyme? Bet, jet. What else rhymes with that? How about met? M-E-T. Met. Let's go, what else rhymes with that? Net. N-E-T. Net. And I'm going to think of one more. How about pet? P-E-T. I bet you guys were thinking of these as I was going along here, because you guys are smart. So could you find me 5 more words that belong to this ET word family word list? Have fun, guys. Hope you're staying cool. Bye for now.
Thank you so much, Miss B. It's lovely to see you, especially on a beautiful Thursday like it is today. Next up, we have our Queen Bee, the comprehension queen, Mrs. Buick, is here with a new story. I wonder if you can guess what it's going to be about. She gives some pretty good hints at the beginning here. Let's see if you can guess, and then let's see if you can get all of the answers correct. Let's check it out. So, comprehension queen, here we come. It's time to get your cup of tea, your cucumber sandwich, and your fascinator. It's time for the Comprehension Queen with Miss Buick.
Queen Bee here. Welcome, my royal subjects. Yes, I'm outside in my secret royal reading place. Shh. Whew! Try and say that one 3 times fast. It's tricky. Look, I have something to show you. Yes, these are my 3 princes. They look so angelic, don't they? Well, they were most of the time, except for when they were fighting, wrestling, arguing, or crying. 2 of them could play together perfectly fine, but as soon as the 3rd one wanted to join, there was big trouble. Have you figured out what today's story might be about? Well, here's a hint. It could be about my youngest prince, but it's not. just somebody like him. The little brother. Ethan is the youngest in his family. He has 2 older brothers. Sometimes his brothers treated him like a baby. They wouldn't let him ride bikes with them. They wouldn't let him go to the park with them. They wouldn't let him go skateboarding with them. "You are too young," they said. "You might get hurt or lost." One day, Ethan was walking home from school. He saw a girl riding her bike without a helmet. She fell off her bike and hit her head. She also scraped her knee and cut her elbow. She was hurt and started crying. "I will get you some help," Ethan told her. Ethan ran to his house. He told his mom that the girl was hurt. His mom came and helped the girl. Ethan's mom gave the girl ice for her head and some bandages for her cut. She then called her mom. The girl and her mom were very grateful. Ethan's brothers saw how he had helped the girl. "You are not too little anymore, Ethan," they said. They took him to the park. Welcome back, my royal friends. I have a tricky question for you today. Are you ready? It is a thinker. What is the passage mostly about? Time's up. Does your brain hurt? Do you need to send it in a different direction? Well, I have an idea. Let's try out the questions. Are you ready? Here we go. Question number 1. Name one way that Ethan's brothers treated him like a baby. Question number 2. Ethan shows he can A. Get help, B. Use the phone, C. Ride a bike, or D. Start crying. Question number 3. Where does a girl get hurt? A. At school, B. On a street, C. In Ethan's backyard, or D. At her house. Question number 4. What is the most important detail in the last paragraph? A. Ethan's brothers say he isn't too little. B. Ethan runs to his house. C. Ethan sees a girl riding her bike. Or D. Ethan's brothers won't play with him. Okay, let's recap. Question number 1 was, name one way Ethan's brothers treated him like a baby. There are 3 answers in the passage, but I chose the first one. They wouldn't let him ride bikes with them. Question number 2. Ethan shows that he can A. Go and get help. Question number 3. Where does the girl get hurt? Well, I think the answer is B. On the street. Actually, in the story, it tells us that Ethan was on his way home from school and he saw it happen. Question number 4. What is the most important detail in the last paragraph? Well, the answer is A. Ethan's brothers say he isn't too small anymore. Well, I hope you enjoyed reading about Ethan, the youngest brother. I know I did. Well, that's all the time I have for now. Be well, be safe, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.
Thank you, my liege, my comprehension queen. I bow to you and your ingeniousness. I think that's a word I just made up. Ingenuity, I think, is the word I'm looking for, but thank you so much for all you're doing. It's nice to see you as well. We also have our friend Mrs. D here, and yesterday she showed us how to load a dishwasher. That's a pretty tough thing to do sometimes, trying to get as much in there as possible, but not so much that it doesn't get clean. It also kind of depends on how new or old your dishwasher is, right? Well, today, you'll never guess she's going to help us in unloading the dishwasher. So, Misty, can you give us some tips and tricks so we can help our families?
Life skills.
Good morning, guys. So today on Life Skills with Miss D, we are going to empty the dishwasher. So it ran last night while we were sleeping. It's all done. So we're going to open up the dishwasher. We're going to pull the bottom rack out. What I like to do first is my cutlery. So I put my sharp knives away first. Then I move on to my other cutlery. So my tongs. Oh, I ended up putting in a butter knife. So open up my drawer. And the trick with having everything kind of separated by size is when you go to put them back in your drawer, it's easier and it's a lot quicker. So I just did my little fork. I'm going to do my big spoon. And I like to check them too, because sometimes they get stuck together and then they have food on them. Excuse me. Alright, and then our last ones are little spoons. I check those too, because if they get stuck together with peanut butter or any of that stuff, and sometimes if they're still wet, I kind of just give them a little wipe off. Alright, those are all good. Okay, close your drawer. Now I'm going to put away my plates. Okay, so I take my little plates, stack them neatly, and put them in my cupboards. Same with my big plates. It's also good to check them too to make sure that all the food has come off, because sometimes if you don't rinse them properly before you put them in, sometimes food gets stuck on them. Alright, and then my two bowls. Again, check them, make sure they're clean. Okay, so that's those away. Push this drawer in, or rack it, I should say, and then it's onto my cups and any of my big cutlery that I put on top. So I put my spoon away, and I also like to try and put my cups in here together. I have a couple of different styles, so I like to put them all together so it's easier when I go to put them away in my cupboard. Just a little bit quicker that way. Alright. Last cup away. Push your drawer in. Lift the front. Change your sign so it's dirty, so people know that they can put their dirty dishes away. Alright, bye guys. Have a great day. See you later.
Thanks, Miss D. As usual, a wonderful job. Very important that we unload the dishwasher so that we can start putting dirty dishes back into it, right? No point in keeping clean dishes in a dishwasher. That's not a cupboard, is it? Anyway, Barbershop was the name of our last word ladder, and the answers are all here. Miss B has them for us. Mr. D probably needs a barbershop pretty soon, but those aren't open. So just like Miss A and Mr. D talked about yesterday, sometimes we have to do without. So Mr. D has his wife cutting his hair, which risky. And I am now offering to cut all of your hair. I don't really know how to cut hair, but I have buzzers, so I can clip it all off. If that's something you're interested in, just email me. I'm sure your parents can arrange for me to buzz all of your hair off. I think it'd be a fun thing to do. Might not be able to do it right away, but when I see you next, I'm happy to buzz off your hair. Anyway, too much blathering, not enough Miss B word laddering. So here we go. Miss B, tell us how Barbershop turned out.
Up the ladder, nowhere to go, feel the wrongs living under my toes. Trying to catch up, everything is a clatter. Ooh, son, now get up the ladder.
Hi guys, I am here with your answers from the word ladder called barbershop. So the first clue at the very bottom said hair, first word I should say, and the first clue said something to sit on, add one letter. That is a chair. Next clue said to burn something slightly rhymes with bar, take away one letter, and that's char. A drawing that shows information like a graph, add one letter. A chart. A small ornament you put on a bracelet, change one letter. Charm. To hurt someone or something, take away one letter. That's harm. A part of your body attached to your shoulder, take away one letter. An arm. A male sheep, rearrange the letters. That's a ram. A rodent, change one letter. Rat. A deep track made in the ground by wheels, change one letter. Rut. And the final clue, what do you do to hair in a barber shop? Change one letter. Cut. There is our barbershop word ladder. There you go, guys. Hope you had fun.
Thank you so much, Miss B. Awesome as usual. Next up, we'll review our problem of the day from yesterday, give you the problem of the day for today. All right, so hang on tight, buckle your seatbelts. Before the post office opened on Monday morning, there were 80 packs of stamps. At the end of the day, there were 53 packs of stamps left. How many packs of stamps were sold on Monday? Well, we can have, usually, I would say there's two ways to solve this. In math, there's always some other ways, but probably two common ways. And the first, you guessed it, is using a number line, Mr. D's favorite tool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark out 80, just with a line, and I'm going to try and be as precise as I can, because it matters in math to be precise. And I'm going to mark out 53. 50, 1, 2, 3. There it is right there. So that's 53 and that's 80. They started the day with this many stamps and they ended the day with this many stamps. So what I really want to know is how many are in between. Well, using a number line, I can say 80 to 70 is 10. I know that for sure. I don't have to do too much thinking about that. 70 to 60 is 10. So I've got 10 and 10 together, which most of you should be able to tell me is 20. Then I've got this. I don't have a full 10, because if I go to 50, I'm past this line. So I'm going to count by ones, and I'm going to count backwards. I'm going to start at 60 and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So to put those together, it looks like, according to my number line, if I use my number line, I sold 27 packs of stamps. Now some of you are like, that's too much work. I'm jumping here, I'm counting here. I'd rather do a straight subtraction question. I started with 80. I'm taking away 53, because that's going to tell me the difference between 80 and 53, or how many were sold. So I'm going to start with my ones column and my tens column, start over at my ones. Can I take 3 away from 0? No, I can't. That's impossible. So I'm going to borrow 10 from this 80. It's going to turn into 70, and that'll turn into 10. It's kind of a weird way to write 10, but that's what it is. 10 take away 3. I can use my number line. 1, 2, 3. Well, that's 7. Great. And then 7 take away 5 is 2. So no matter which way I choose to solve the problem, whether it's through stacked subtraction or just using my number line, I can figure out that they sold 27 packs of stamps on Monday. Did you get the same answer? Another post office question for you. On Wednesday, 45 packages were sent in for pickup. 9 of the packages had the fragile label, and 8 of the packages required the recipient's signature. How many packages did not require signature? So there are some numbers in here, 3 numbers I can see. One of them you do not need. It's kind of a fake out. They're trying to trick you. So I wonder if you're going to let yourself get tricked or not. The operation we could use here is subtraction or a number line, and I'm very curious if you can figure out how many packages did not require a signature. Your choice board for today. We're going to clean our bodies, and that means our teeth, our face, our hair, put on clean clothes, have a bath or shower, deodorant. You know, no one wants stinky armpits all over the place. Reflex and Prodigy. Miss D showed us how to unload a dishwasher, and I'd like you to do that. I'd like you to do that fairly regularly, because that's a chore that you are totally able to do. Our problem of the day we just went over, but here it is in case you needed it for working on it. It's right here. Miss B went over the word family E-T. Do you have 5 words that belong to the et family? I bet you do. We have some live worksheets. We have Epic and Lexia. We have the word ladder barbershop. Now, Miss B gave us the answers, but you can still work on this. See if you can figure it out. Our Kahoot is on nature. We only have another 2 days for, well, 2.5 days for that. You have your phys ed choice board. It's important to keep our bodies healthy by moving around and doing some fun things. Go on a neighborhood walk with an adult. And if you do, how many types of flowers can you name? Are you good at identifying the different types of flowers? Do you know the difference between a tulip and a marigold? Do you know the difference between a rose and a chrysanthemum? We also have some music, some drawing, some dance, and of course, coloring, one of Mr. D's favorite activities. And those are your choices for today.
Welcome to Mr. D's class, where we're gonna have some fun. Put on your thinking caps now, the party's just begun.